It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Reading Book Reviews channel. I'm so excited to share my thoughts on a book that has taken the world by storm. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. If you're someone who loves powerful emotional stories that challenge the way we view love, relationships, and strength, this book is for you. Before we dive into the review, let me give you a quick summary of the plot. It Ends With Us follows the life of Lily Bloom, a young woman who moves to Boston to start her life after the death of her father. She meets Ryle Kincaid, a neurosurgeon who seems perfect at first, but as their relationship develops, Lily finds herself caught between her love for Ryle and her past with her first love, Atlas Corrigan. The book explores themes of domestic abuse, trauma, and the complicated dynamics of love, leaving you questioning what you'd do if you were in Lily's shoes. Now, I'll start by saying that this book left me completely breathless. Not only because of the emotional roller coaster it takes you on, but also because of how Colleen Hoover was able to craft a story that resonates so deeply with real life issues. This is a book that feels raw, unflinching, and honest. It touches on some very difficult subjects, particularly domestic violence, and it does so in a way that's sensitive and compassionate, while never shying away from the painful truths that so many people face in toxic relationships. Character development. The characters in It Ends With Us are so well developed, so complex, that you can't help but feel invested in their lives. Lily, in particular, is a character that stays with you long after you've turned the last page. She's strong and compassionate, but she's also deeply vulnerable, which makes her all the more relatable. From the very beginning, you see Lily's emotional journey unfold, and you can't help but empathize with her struggle to balance love, duty, and self-respect. Ryle, the neurosurgeon who seems to have it all, is a character that readers will have mixed feelings about. On one hand, he's charming, successful, and undeniably magnetic. But as the story progresses, you start to see cracks in his facade, and you realize that his actions aren't always as justified as they may first appear. Watching Lily try to navigate her love for Ryle while wrestling with the complex emotions surrounding Atlas is heart-wrenching. Ryle's character is a study in contradictions, and Hoover does a brilliant job of showing how even the most seemingly perfect person can have deep flaws. And then, there's Atlas. Sigh. Atlas is the kind of character who will make you believe in soulmates. His unwavering love for Lily, despite the years that have passed and the circumstances that have changed, is both heartbreaking and beautiful. Atlas represents a kind of love that is pure and selfless. Their relationship is one of second chances, of healing, and of rediscovery. What I love most about Atlas is that his love for Lily never feels possessive or demanding. It's always respectful, patient, and understanding. Themes and emotional depth. Now let's talk about the themes in this book, because It Ends With Us is so much more than just a love triangle. At its core, this book is a deep exploration of domestic abuse. Lily's relationship with Ryle takes a dark turn, and we witness the emotional and physical toll that abuse can take on a person. Hoover handles this subject matter with such grace and respect. She doesn't shy away from showing how complicated these situations are for people who are stuck in them. One of the things that struck me most was how Hoover uses Lily's memories of her father's abuse of her mother as a way to illustrate the cycle of domestic violence. Lily's understanding of what love is, and what it should be, is challenged by the reality of what's happening in her own life. She's forced to ask herself, why do I love him? Why do I keep going back to someone who hurts me? It's these kinds of questions that make this book so emotionally intense. There's also a powerful message of self-worth and personal growth in this story. As Lily learns to reclaim her strength and make difficult decisions for herself, we see her grow from someone who feels trapped by her love for Ryle into someone who ultimately learns to put her own well-being first. It's a tough journey, but it's one that feels so empowering. You'll find yourself rooting for Lily every step of the way. Writing style 1 of the reasons It Ends With Us is such a captivating read is Hoover's writing. Her style is accessible yet profound. She knows how to draw you in with her words, making you feel every emotion that Lily is experiencing. I also love how Hoover switches between present-day Lily and flashbacks to her childhood, giving us a deeper understanding of her motivations and the complexities of her relationships. The pacing of the story is also perfect. There's a rhythm, too. The book that keeps you turning the pages even when things are getting tough. You can't help but be pulled into the narrative, wondering what will happen next. And just when you think you've figured out where the story is going, Hoover throws in twists that keep you on the edge of your seat. The impact of It Ends. With Us, what makes it ends. With us, such an important book is the conversation it sparks about the reality of abusive relationships. It's not just a love story. It's a story about survival, strength, and the difficult decisions that come with breaking free from toxic dynamics. For anyone who has ever been in an unhealthy relationship or knows someone who has, this book will feel familiar. It highlights the emotional complexity of love and trauma in a way that is rarely seen in mainstream fiction. At the same time, the book offers hope. It's a reminder that no matter how deep the pain goes, there's always a way out. You can reclaim your life, your peace, and your happiness, just as Lily does in the end. That's why this book will continue to resonate with readers long after they've finished it. Conclusion. In conclusion, It Ends With Us is a heartbreaking, powerful, and ultimately uplifting story about love, abuse, and the strength it takes to choose yourself. It's one of those books that you'll think about long after you've put it down, and it will stay with you, challenging the way you view relationships, self-worth, and resilience. I wholeheartedly recommend It Ends With Us to anyone who enjoys emotional stories with complex characters and themes that hit close to home. If you're looking for a book that will make you feel deeply and reflect on your own experiences with love, this one is definitely worth the read. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the book. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more book reviews.